Yeah, this whole climb your kitchen thing isn't working out for me. While we're all stuck in quarantine, climbing has quickly taken over Instagram with people climbing their homes, their home walls, and training on their insane hangboard setups. Although climbing your house is a quick fix, in the end we all know it's not the real thing and it's not a good source of training to maintain your strength until the crags and gyms reopen. And for most of the climbing population, we don't have insane home walls, and there's a lot of us that don't even have a pull-up bar or hangboard setup. So how do we train? We do have several exercises we can immediately do. We can do core workouts, antagonist muscle groups, legs, and work on flexibility. But none of that is upper body pulling movements, and specifically not our fingers. When I had knee surgery, I wanted to stay in decent climbing shape, but at the time didn't own a hangboard. I tried making a hangboard out of an old wooden plank, but that was a failed experiment. And right now, it might be difficult to go out and buy a hangboard, and if you're trying to save money during this time, building a hangboard might not be the best economic investment. But during my time with my knee injury, I realized that most houses have a built-in hangboard already, but with a strong caveat. The hangboard can rip off the wall and your landlord might be mad, or if you're staying with your parents, I doubt they'd be happy about it either. So what's the solution? The corners. So here are 10 steps and ideas on how you can exercise your pulling movements and your fingers on your new hangboard, door frame, so you can get in shape for when the crags and gyms reopen. Step 1. Clean your door frame. Chances are no one has cleaned your door frame in ages and it's dusty and grimy. Feel free to brush it with some chalk, and if the corner is sharp, you can sand it down a bit. Don't worry, no one will notice. Step 2. Warm up. Since you only have one edge to work with, you have to find a way to warm up on it. Put on a pair of shoes and grab the corners, as it puts pressure on the side support frames. Step onto the footholds or panels of the door, going up and down and trying to work out your fingers. You can even do assisted pull-ups with your toes on the door. If you haven't hangboarded much or are new to climbing, let's be honest, this edge is pretty small, and I don't want you to get injured. So maybe you can warm up by just pulling the edge while standing and move on to putting your feet and not put your entire weight on it to save your fingers. Step 3. If your fingers are warm enough, then it's time to take your feet off and hang. There are dozens of hangboard workouts that you can find on the internet. Some basic hanging cycles are 10 seconds on, 5 seconds off, with 1 to 2 minutes rest for 6 to 8 sets. Or 7 seconds on, 3 seconds off, again with 1 to 2 minutes rest for 6 to 8 sets. Feel free to find your own hanging program online or make up your own, but whatever you do, make sure you do your research on it. Step 4. If you're using your bathroom door frame, you can use your toilet as a good place to read a book, shout out to John Bergman, or watch an episode of Beta Break during your rests. Step 5. Now let's step it up. I'm not quite the Mauen brothers or Yoshiyuki Ogata, but you can work on your front lever on the door frame. Step 6. If you trust your door frame, then you can get your one arm strength and pinch strength up by practicing one arm hangs with assistance from the door frame. Keep in mind you'll be pulling on the middle of the door frame, so this is sort of on your own risk. Step 7. If you really trust your door frame, then you can do some pull-ups and do some variations of pull-ups. Or even practice campusing, doing this 360 workout. Step 8. You can do hanging core. Step 9. If you have a chessboard or a book, you can attach weights to a rope, or in my case, my harness, and put it through the book and practice pinching. Don't have weights? No problem. Use water bottles. Textbooks would be great to use as well, and if for some reason you don't have door frames that jut out enough, you can use a baking tray or anything with an edge with some weights and do curl-ups to get in some finger training. Alternatively, it's a decent way to warm up for the door frame. Step 10. You probably put scuff marks from your shoes on the door, so go clean that up. I'm going to say it one more time, but warm up properly, and if the door frame is too small, then don't hang on it and hurt yourself. Also, if you do end up ripping your door frame off the walls, remember to delete your history and never mention to anyone who might get mad at you that you saw this video. In fact, just go ahead and blame your dog or something. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I know hanging on your door frame might be a little bit daunting and you don't want to damage your home, but fortunately, Fictitious Climbing has been very generous in offering a hangboard as part of a giveaway in this video. Now, I really enjoy these Fictitious Climbing porta boards because Not only can you hang them on a bar like I did in Geek Climber's video, but you can train just the way I am with weights and water bottles, or in my case, both of them. I remember when I had shoulder surgery and I couldn't lift my arm above my head, this was one of the perfect ways to train my fingers without damaging my shoulder. This isometric way is a great way where you can do curl-ups, and you can even hold these as pinches. So, very versatile and great way to train. Now, in order to be part of this giveaway, all you have to do is like, comment, and subscribe to this video, subscribe to Frictitious Climbing, and follow both of us on Instagram. You can also visit Frictitious Climbing for another bonus entry, and I'll have a link to a sweep widget down in the description below, so you can follow all the steps and get as many entries as possible. Now, I'll be announcing the giveaway in about a week on Saturday on Instagram, so make sure you're following me on Instagram, and I'm excited to be partnering with Frictitious Climbing, so definitely give them a check out and see what they have to offer, because they're doing some pretty good work out there. Now, whether you win or not, I hope you're training really hard and staying fit and healthy, and soon we'll all be crushing it.